What it do? We're back with another video. We got my boy Mason here today. We're going to be doing a little sit-down video for y'all. Just kind of going over exactly, both of our journeys a little bit, how we got into freelance brand scaling and what we do now. If you guys don't know Mason, so he was originally one of kind of the first people to ever join the Elite Roundtable, my private group where I teach what I do. Now he's worked his way up in that group. He's a coach inside of there, as well as he now owns a percentage of the agency that I run. So the Brez Marketing Agency, we work side by side together in that. But yeah, Mason kind of just, introduced you. I guess I kind of just introduced you. But I guess just tell him like a little brief summary of like what kind of your journey was like, as well as, like how you got to where you are today.
Yeah. So back in like 2012, 2022. Back in 2022, I was in like the office of one of my 9-to-5 jobs that I had at the time, and I stumbled across like an Iman Ghodsi like SMMA video, and I was actually on the job while watching that. I probably shouldn't have been doing that, but
El Grinder.
Yeah, El Grinder, for real. That's probably why they fired me. But I was watching an Iman Ghodsi video, and bro, as soon as I saw that, and SMMA in general, I was like, bro, this is easily attainable. I feel like I could rip this for sure. So during that job, I was obviously fucking off, like watching YouTube videos, just trying to learn more about SMMA, and not really working. So I got fired. Once I got fired, like simultaneously I was doing music videos at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And once I got fired, I decided to like try to go music videos full time, yada yada, while also trying to do SMMA, more of like Montel Gordon's business model, where you kind of find clients on Upwork while paying for like connections and whatnot, like Upwork connections, and trying to land clients through that way. That shit did not work at all. And then I found myself back at a 9-to-5. And funny enough, that 9-to-5, that last 9-to-5 that I worked was one of my first clients for media buying.
Okay.
So, yeah, that client was my first media buyer client, but it was still like a 9-to-5. What else?
When exactly, I guess, did you stumble upon me? I know we had some mutuals in the space, which was what, kind of made you invest that money into the Elite Roundtable.
Yeah.
But when did you kind of stumble across me?
So, that last 9-to-5 was an e-commerce like store as well. I paid an agency to teach me how to run their ads, and like they helped me for sure, but just didn't really get me to where I wanted to be. And then you came up on my For You page about like how you moved to Arizona, that slideshow, how you moved to Arizona.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that post. Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? This kid's ripping right now, literally doing the same shit that I was trying to do.
Yeah. And
I was like, damn, that's crazy. So then I followed you from there. And then what? You announced your ERT, and I bought it immediately. Like I didn't.
Yeah. I remember my sales dudes, which are actually literally sitting inside behind the camera. I remember one of them saying, we've got this kid that is hopping on a call tonight with us. He should be joining. Like, he's already got a bunch of clients. He's been doing, like, what you are teaching. Like, he's, like, the perfect person we want inside of there.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you got to close him. Like, get him inside of the program.
Yeah.
And then I remember you joined that night.
And it's history from there.
But yeah, I mean, and then that was what? That was in June or July?
I can't remember. I'd have to look at my credit card statement when I got charged.
I think it was either June or July. And then from there, kind of you had your clients that I guided you with a little bit. And then, I kind of just saw the opportunity that you provided. Well, not opportunity, but the value that you provided, I should say, and the amount of effort that you were putting into it, as well as just kind of, how smart you were with the plays you were making. And I knew that, with the current marketing agency that I had, and just my overall like freelance brand scaling journey and where I was at was just like too much for me to handle on my own.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I kind of needed to get to the next level, and we had talked about it for a few weeks until finally we kind of started to execute it.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave you a percentage of the company. We started building things out from there, building out systems for the business, as well as just overall what we were going to do to, you know, consistently be hitting 6-figure months with the agency.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're definitely on track to do that this month, but we kind of implemented some systems, reworked some things slightly from what I was already doing on my own. And then, matter of there, we have recently hired 2 new employees that work underneath us as well. Both people that came from the ERT as well, Lucas and Carson. So now they're full-time media buyers for the agency as well. And now we're just, you know, working on building, just seeing where we can fucking take this thing, bro.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, overall, like, from your opinion, what would you say, like, the stepping stone for someone watching this video who's completely new to the business model? What would you say, like, the next stepping stone for them, if it's something that they want to get into? What do you feel like the next best move for them after watching this video would be to get into it?
I mean, as much as, like, I'd like to say watch YouTube videos on how to set up Facebook ad campaigns and whatnot, I think that is definitely what you should start doing after this video. But also, like, don't get stuck in a rut of watching this, like, YouTube video after YouTube video. Learn how to set up a Facebook campaign, whether it be through purchasing the Discord, because we have courses in there that, I mean, shameless plug, but we got courses in there that are going to fucking help you out. But
I mean, that's the biggest thing, though, bro, is, like, you can watch YouTube videos all day long, but the biggest thing is going to be the hands-on learning.
Exactly,
yep. Like, with what we do specifically, I always tell everyone the best way you're going to learn is just doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to fail, obviously, when you start doing it. Like, that's just bound to happen in anything you start doing. Like, when you're new to it, you're going to fail. But, like, the best way someone can learn is doing it, whether it's completely on their own or with some sort of guidance or whatever.
Yeah.
But, like, for me, I didn't have any sort of, like, mentor or anything, really. It was just solely going out on my own and testing shit and figuring out what worked and what didn't and what I was doing wrong. Learning from my mistakes and applying the things that I learned from those mistakes to what I was then going to do. And that's, you know, like, what really taught me the most.
Bro, that's any business model, though. Like, you can spam as many YouTube videos as you want. It's not going to be jack shit. It's not going to mean jack shit until you're actually in the trenches, trying to work, trying to figure shit out. Like, that goes with literally anything in life, bro. Like, you can spam as many YouTube videos as you want, but
yeah, I mean, no, exactly, bro, exactly. So, I mean, you personally, and I'll answer this too once you answer it, but what do you feel like the biggest thing for you that made you successful in this business model in particular was that you did?
Consistency, for sure. Always believing that no matter what, I'm gonna fucking make it, honestly. Like,
no, that's reality of it,
like,
bro. You have to put your back against the wall.
100%. My back against the wall was me being, like, working a 9 to 5, bro. Like, literally, I have photos on my phone about, like, me on the way to the 9 to 5, because I knew that I wasn't gonna be working that 9 to 5, you know, however many years later, and I was gonna use those photos as like a what do you call it, like, evidence that I made it out the trenches, quote unquote.
Yeah,
but
I mean, that's another big thing too, bro, is just putting yourself in a position, like, if you genuinely want to be successful, regardless of freelance brand scaling, whatever the fuck you're doing, is you have to make some sort of commitment to where you can't back out of it.
100%.
So for me, it was dropping out of school, moving across the country. Like, I had no other option than to, like, my back was against the wall. I had no other option than to, like, be successful with what I was doing. And, like, for you invested money into the ERT.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you wouldn't have put the work in. Like,
oh, yeah, 100%. That initial payment of the ERT also, I was talking to some of the sales dudes on the couch right there. That initial payment was like, all right, fuck, bro, I got to make this shit work now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That was all my hard-earned, not all my hard-earned money, but a majority of it. And I was like, bro, like, this is now make or break. Like, it's got to get done. You also said, like, what's something that you've realized that's gotten you to this point?
Mm-hmm.
And it's also been, like, not giving up, because I've had a few clients when I started off that were like jack shit. Like, the results I got them were buns, and I was like, bro, is this like a me problem? Is this like a learning problem? Maybe I don't have enough knowledge on how to get good results. And it was just more of, like I said, consistency and just going after more clients, and now, you know, I am where I am now.
Yeah, no. And it's really just, in the end of the day, it's also a little bit of a numbers game too. You know? Like, especially outreaching. Outreach is a numbers game. You're going to DM people all day long. If you put up enough shots, you're going to land a client.
Yeah.
And it's the same with actually working with the clients as well. Like, you may be signing clients and they may be shitty clients. You're getting your reps in so that when you do get a good client, it's going to bang. You know?
Yeah, exactly. What is something that you've learned along the way that's helped you get to where you are?
I mean, the biggest, like, just one big takeaway. I would definitely say your network is very important, because especially in a business model like this that's client-based and you're working with clients directly, it's important to build a network of people that you can get value from. And the way to do that, obviously, is providing value. But in this business model in particular, it's good for me to be connected well in the clothing brand niche.
Yeah.
It's easy to sign clients through referral, through mutual followers. If I'm outreaching someone, I'm connected enough into the space where I get really good clients off of just people I know that know other people. You know? Like, what's Caprice, for example, signing him as a client. Like, Pierre was close with Caprice, working with Caprice, and so that was an easy in for me to be able to sign him as a client. He obviously knew who I was, knew what I did, but didn't really know, I guess, how serious it was and how beneficial it was until I had that mutual connection with him, met him in person, you know, was really able to just, like, nurture him until finally I was like, bro, come on, we gotta run ads. And he's like, all right, bet. Or another one is, like, Autumn. I wouldn't have ever signed Autumn as a client if it weren't for Mike, his manager, that I've been close with since I started doing this shit.
Oh, shit, really?
I was, bro, before I even got into freelance brand scaling, when I was running my own brand, I was in a group chat with Mike, like a clothing brand owner group chat, and that's when I met him, when we were both, like, nobodies.
I didn't know.
And then we both, like, came up together. Now makes a ton of money. I make a ton of money. Like, it's perfect. But, I would say just overall, like, network is net worth, as cliche as that is to say. But it's definitely important to, you know, have those connections in the space, for sure.
Valid. What do you think, like, makes or breaks a person when it comes to, like, trying to make it in the online money space, I guess?
Mindset. I would say mindset's going to be the biggest thing. If you, like you said earlier, you knew you were going to make it. Like, you knew at some point shit was going to snap and you were going to make it. Not saying
that we've already made it yet, because we want to be way further than we are right now.
Exactly. But like, to an extent, if you would you have, how am I going to phrase this in a way where it makes sense? Like, 3 months ago, you probably, like, dreamed of being here, quote unquote. And like, now you are,
for sure.
So like, you knew that you were going to be at this stage, and now you know you're going to be at the next stage, and then the next. And it's like, for me, like, back when I was in my parents' basement packing orders, like, I knew that I was going to eventually work to the next thing, work to the next thing, work to the next thing. And now, I mean, of course, I wouldn't consider myself as I've made it. Like, I have a lot of shit that I'm still trying to accomplish, but like, I've done pretty well, and you've done pretty well too so far. So, I mean, mindset's going to be the biggest thing, bro. Just, like, knowing deep down that you can make it, and just, like, you know, really believing in yourself that you can.
Yeah. I think mindset is literally everything, bro. Like, if you're going to self-doubt yourself, what's the point of even doing it?
Exactly.
Like, you having, like, a pessimistic mind, like, thinking, like, oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? Like, why even have those thoughts? Because it's only going to bring you down.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. No, 100%. So it's important to just, you know, have that mindset, as well as just be determined and just be ready to work hard as well. Like, this shit is not a get-rich-quick scheme. You're not going to start, and in a week you're not going to be making $10,000 a month. Like, that's just not realistic. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So, like, knowing the fact that, you know, you're going to be ready to put in the work, you have the mindset, and you're going to be determined, like, and knowing that you can make it is going to take you pretty far. You know? Just that alone. But
so, like, what other business models did you try until you got to where you are now?
With media buying?
And then
Okay,
I'll
so-
answer the same thing too.
So originally, I, you know, like, you're scrolling in your bed on your For You page. You're seeing all these rich lifestyle TikToks, fucking SVJs driving under tunnels. You get that little 3 a.m. motivation.
Yeah.
The first thing that I got into was trading stocks. The worst thing anyone can get into, bro. The biggest fucking get-rich-quick scheme of all time. Like, everyone thinks trading is just way easier than it is. Realistically, it's going to take you 4 years to be profitable trading.
Wow.
Like,
That's fucking crazy.
and that's just how it is, bro. So trading was the first one I got into. And yeah, that quickly didn't work. I did that for probably about a few months. Then I thought crypto trading was going to be the next big thing. I got into that. I actually made a little bit of money. I remember I had one trade, which granted I was broke at the time. I turned like all the money I had, which was like a few $100s, into 10 grand.
Damn.
On ApeCoin. I don't know if anyone is in crypto at all, but Bored Ape
Penis
Club?
coin?
Not Penis Coin. You know Bored Ape Club though?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bored Ape Club's coin, ApeCoin. They released it, and then it was like, I think a couple weeks after that or something, there was something they released that fucking pumped the coin, and I was in on a futures trade. And I don't know if you ever
Damn.
traded crypto and
No,
know what futures is, but it's like leverage trading. So your position is like leveraged essentially. But anyways, I turned like a couple $100 into 10 grand. And I remember I was playing a golf tournament at the time. And fuck, bro, I was riding that high. I was like, holy shit, 10 grand was like, I was ready to go buy a fucking Lambo with that 10 grand. Like, it felt like I was on top of the world, you know? But
Yeah.
I didn't sell. And then that shit crashed and went to
No.
zero, and I lost all that money.
No way.
Yeah, and I was down bad, bro. I hated myself for that. But I was in the crypto space, NFT space for probably about a year. I was doing that shit solidly. Never really made any money with it.
Yeah.
But it taught me a lot for sure that I went and applied to the next business model, which was drop shipping.
That's not a bad business model.
No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think it is.
It's definitely not, bro. But it's like one of the easy ones to, you know, like start and then get demotivated quick.
Yeah. For sure.
And I was never the type of guy to like buy any courses or anything, which I honestly think was my mistake, because I never, you know, put my back against the wall in a position to where like I was motivated to do it. You know, like I was just trying, I thought that I was going to be able to do it on my own.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not realistic. So I like would try, get demotivated because I didn't know. I was watching free YouTube tutorials. Like that's only going to give you so much value.
Yeah.
And I wasn't like in a community of other like-minded people or anything that actually motivated me. So drop shipping, I tried that. I had one store, it was these lighters that was like, did $100 in sales. Had another one that was like these bracelets, did like $200 in sales. And then my third store actually, I don't know if you remember those shiesty masks, the distressed ones.
The ones with like Travis
The,
Scott
like,
and shit
Yeet-
on their face?
No, like the Yeet masks.
Oh, yeah.
Those. This was right before I started my brand. I ran those and did like $7K in sales or something. Like
Okay.
I actually made a little bit of money. And I was working a job at the time throughout high school and stuff, that I was then able to have enough money to, you know, invest that into like starting my brand. I had probably $3 to $5 grand at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Invested every penny into my brand. And with that first drop of my brand, it did pretty shitty. Second drop was when I started running ads. I did 25K in a month with my second drop. So that was like, okay, shit, I got some momentum here. I'm gonna stay humble with this money, keep putting it back into the brand, see where I can take this. Kept running ads, scaling up, started doing like 50K plus
Damn.
months with the brand.
What was the product that was ripping like that?
It was these hoodies as well as these tees that match the hoodies.
Fire.
They were called like the skull hoodies. Maybe some of the people know about them. I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know.
There's probably some people out there that maybe bought them or some shit. I've sold a lot of those hoodies because
That's fire.
just kept them running because they were a winning product. And then like the last drop I ever did with my brand did around like 100K in like a month. And then I got scammed for 60K on a bulk order. And backtrack a little bit was when I started getting into marketing for brands, when I really got good at the marketing side of things and realized like there was a gap in the market for marketing for clothing brands. I saw that gap, was like, holy shit, like I could build a career off this.
Streetwear clothing brands?
Yeah,
for sure.
Streetwear, because, you know, there was such an influx in people starting brands.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, none of these people know how to market their brands. I'm going to be the one to fucking do it for them. So started making good money off that. Long story short, dropped out of school, moved to Arizona. Started making 20, 30K a month. Met like Pierre, Fredo, all them. Started going really hard on content, which, you know, helped drive the agency, inbound leads for the agency.
Yeah.
And then shit, now here I am making around 6 figures a month. So
Fucking fire.
yeah.
Big dubs. I started off doing, what was it? It was that stuff that Montel Gordon does, where you like.
I don't even know who that is.
He's like a OG SMMA YouTuber dude who like. I'm pretty sure Pierre's bought his course, one of his old courses.
See, I never really got into the whole SMMA stuff.
Yeah.
Funny as it is that I basically
do
do that for a living now.
Yeah.
Do marketing for a living. I never got into that.
Yeah, dude, I was, literally like a moth to a flame with SMMA videos. My entire algorithm was just raping me with SMMA video after SMMA video, and I was eating it. I was taking that shit. Pause, not like that, but it started off with Montel Gordon's like business model where you pay for connections on Upwork. You like try to get in front of or like apply for jobs as a freelancer. I tried that. I wasted like $300 on connections. That shit didn't work. I never got into crypto, but I did make a little bit of money off of Doge when it was popping off. That little Doge influx. What else? I did drop shipping for a little. It wasn't necessarily.
Were you trying to do
legal.
organic drop shipping?
No.
Or like ads? Because I was doing organic, bro. I was slaving away making those videos.
Really?
Yeah.
Like vaping and like putting your lips near the camera and shit. Yeah. That wasn't me. I did it wasn't really legal. So
Wait, hang on. And then when I ran the Shiesty mask, that was my first time ever running ads. That was what introduced
really?
me to ads. Yeah.
Did it?
Sorry
And
to
that's
cut
what
you
ripped?
off, but
no,
yeah,
no, you're good.
yeah.
Damn.
I was ripping with ads.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So this drop shipping model isn't like really like, it's not feasible for anyone else because you have to build up a following. So after I lost my job, or after they fired me, I tried to do the freelance media buying or the SMMA shit and the music videos. And bro, like I was like struggling to get rent at that point. I was like trying to make anything work. My boy owned, shout out Chris, he owned this jersey page. It was like NFL jerseys, MLB jerseys. They had like 13K followers at that time. And I was like, this is one of my best friends. Like he's gonna be at my wedding and everything. This dude sold that page to me for like $250. Keep in mind, he'd bought it for like 10K, I believe.
Oh shit.
He sold it to me for like $250, and I started like drop shipping jerseys to people who wanted replica jerseys. So I was getting them for like $30, selling them for like $60. It was putting an extra like two or $3 grand in my pocket in profit. And so I did
You're
that.
mugging me.
No. It wasn't feasible because like this bitch that I was like talking to on WhatsApp, I don't know if it was like a lack of communication or what, but she would always send out the wrong sizes every single time. So I wouldn't get reoccurring customers.
At least you didn't get scammed for 60 grand by a manufacturer.
Yeah, I know. You're trying to mog me on scamming right now.
Yeah.
But I was always having unhappy customers. Eventually, like, I think I just like stopped posting on the page, and I think it just got taken down. But after the drop shipping is when I started to get into Facebook ads, and now I'm here. So
For sure. All right. Well, cool. It was good meeting you with Mason. Hopefully this is a entertaining video for y'all. Hopefully this provided some value, what you guys exactly could do. Kind of take your next steps into getting in, what makes us a living. A good living, I guess you could say. But if you guys are interested in applying for the ERT or getting my free training, as well as applying with us to work with our marketing agency, I'm going to leave all the links down below. So just go to the description. You'll have my free training there to get into freelance brand scaling, as well as the link to apply to work with us and our agency to scale your brand. As well as I'm going to leave my Instagram and Mason's Instagram down in the link in the description below. So y'all go check that out. Without further ado, Mason, it was good talking to you.
Oh, yeah.
We'll catch you boys in the next video.